On November 9, 2024, my best friend and I ran a full marathon. And not just any marathon, the authentic Athens, Greece marathon, the birthplace of the word marathon itself.
Hi, my name's Marina. I am Mary's best friend. My journey for running began a long time ago when I was in high school. I did some track and field, I did some hurdles. After high school, I started running a little bit here and there. After I finished college is when I really started running some 5Ks, some 10Ks, because I had the time. I had the time to train, to run. I completed 2 half marathons. I did a triathlon. I did a couple of obstacle courses. Never have I thought that I would even think about running a marathon. Fast forward so many years to last year. Just a thought in my head, hey, I think I'm gonna run a marathon this year. I told Mary about it, and Mary, as soon as she said, yes, let's do it, that's when our marathon journey pretty much began.
Why did we sign up for a marathon? I think it came from a place of wanting to do something epic, something totally outside our comfort zones, something that would challenge us and mark a moment in our lives that we could always look back on and say, we did that.
We started training in April of last year. We made a plan to meet up every week, to run, to train, the whole 9 yards. I researched training apps. There were so many people that ran the marathon that were giving pointers. There was so much information on how fast to run or how long to run, never run the full marathon, the weeks that it'll take you or the months that it'll take you to train to complete the marathon, what you should and shouldn't do. There was a lot of information out there. We gathered it all together and kind of made a plan to train. As excited as we were, life got in the way, which slowed down our training. Mary was super busy with her career. I was working the overnight shift, so it was hard for me to pick a day where I dedicated myself to running. I have 2 kids. My husband works the overnight shift. He was working opposite of me, so it became a little bit challenging. Despite the challenges, though, I did not stop. However, during the course of my training, I did end up with a hip injury, which depleted my stamina, my desire, my excitement. And then I got into just a different mood. 1 week passed and my brain was like, okay, let's wait. We'll go next week. Let's see how your hip is. We'll do it next week. And then the weeks turned into a month, and then the month turned into 2 months. And then before we knew it, the marathon was literally around the corner. And now what are we going to do? We're not going to quit. That was never in our minds. We made these plans. We bought our tickets. We reserved our hotel rooms. My family was coming with me because they were excited that we were going all the way to Greece to run our marathon. So, ready or not, we're doing this.
So we flew to Athens, undertrained, jet-lagged, and full of excitement. And when that marathon started, let me tell you, we were pumped. We had adrenaline, we had good snacks, we had matching outfits, we had a goal. Finish in under 8 hours. That's the cutoff time. And if you don't make it, well, they open up the roads and you're either done or you have to run on the sidewalk. No, thank you. We were placed in section 12, which basically meant that we had to wait about 1 hour before all the actual runners and elite athletes could begin the marathon before we could begin the marathon.
The beginning of the marathon was exciting. There were a lot of people there. The crowds, the kids that were there being inspired by all of these runners. I am Greek, so I understood what they were saying in Greek when they were cheering us on and pretty much lifting us up for the 26 miles that we're about to run. We started off pretty good. You know, they say it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And that really set in when we realized that this is going to be a really long day. So we're going to take it easy and we're going to go at our pace. It was wonderful. The ambiance was beautiful. We got olive branch wreaths put on our heads. We had kids taking photos of us, giving us the printout. We were doing us however we were running. The weather couldn't have been better. Then somewhere down the line, mentally, we changed. My hips started hurting me at right around mile 10. And so the desire to complete the marathon started to fade. There's quite a few instances where we were both right about to give up, but having each other there really helped. There's a few instances that I remember very clearly that if I was by myself or if Mary was by herself, we probably would have never completed the race. The first one that I remember was we were walking and we were looking at all these hills that were ahead of us. We had energy beans, we had energy gum, we had energy wafers. We consumed all that to give us energy. At one point, Mary looks at me and says, I gotta go. She starts sprinting, running, booking it. Now my hip is telling me, Marina, you're not going anywhere. You're staying right where you're at and you're gonna speed walk. But that's all. As I'm watching her run, in my brain, I'm thinking, oh my God, Mary is amazing. She is running. She has not really run. We did do a couple of 5Ks, but that's it. I feel like I should be the one that's running, but I'm not. She is. And thinking about that gave me such a wonderful feeling for her, inspired me to just go. It was almost as if she was pushing me to move. And so I did. I just started going. I'm going to tell you, in all honesty, I don't think that those jelly beans or the gum or the wafers helped because I didn't feel any boost of energy inside my body. But my brain was on fire because I saw Mary run. And not just run, but sprint. Like a Corvette. She ran. So I started running. I just started going and going and going. And I said to myself, eventually, before the finish line, I'll find her. And then there she was. I saw her. I ran right up to her. And she turned around and said, oh my God, where did you come from? It was a great moment. It was a wonderful, beautiful, beautiful moment.
We didn't try to be heroes. We walked when we needed to. One of us would crack a joke or say, Just one more hour. Just one more water stop. Just one more stupid hill. I remember my best friend telling me, Mary, 10 more miles to go. We've got this. And I remember saying to her, are you hearing yourself? 10 more miles. Who talks that way? Anyway, we had a good laugh about it. The thing that got us through that entire 26.2 miles, through the sun, the hills, the cramps, the moments we wanted to quit, was each other. We talked, we joked, we motivated each other. We reminded each other why we were there. We did a lot of mind over matter work, telling our bodies, you're not in charge today. The brain is.
The second instance that I clearly remember was right before the finish line. We were about 2 miles away when Mary looks at me and says, my body hurts. I am done. I cannot do this anymore. This is my race. I'm finished. She had tears in her eyes. She looked really, really done. I was feeling what she was feeling, but I did not want to stop because I know if we did, we are going to regret it. So I looked at her and I said, you know, if you want to go sit on that sidewalk, you can go ahead and sit on that sidewalk. I am not going to sit there with you. What I'm going to do is continue to run. We have 2 miles to go. We did not fly from Boston to Greece just to run 24.2 miles and not make it the rest of the way. And she looks at me and she says, you're right, let's go. And off she went again, sprinting, running, and I was running with her. Together, we just went. The third instance that I remember very clearly was when we entered the arena. So many people there, so many fans, my family, my 2 kids, my husband, the fans, the lights, the ambiance, beautiful. It was great. Mary looks at me and says, we're done. We're here. We made it. We just ran a marathon. Marina, we completed the marathon. I was jumping for joy. She was jumping for joy. As soon as we stopped jumping, my body stopped. Completely stopped. The pain in my hip became really evident that I am over. My body, my muscles, everything just started to relax. I could not take any more steps. One of the fans in the stands looks at us and says, you guys are not done. You have to run around the whole track. And Mary looks at me and she says, okay, let's go. I was done. I told her to go. I will be there very slowly, but I will be there. And I had fear in my head. I had fear that I'm not going to cross that finish line in time, that my body is going to collapse. So I started slowly jogging, very slowly jogging, and she was running. And then she stops, turns around, and runs back to me, grabs my hand, and says, we're crossing that finish line together. And then we did. Something inside me said, let's go, let's run, let's just run. So we ran all the way down to the end, and we crossed that finish line.
We finished in 7 hours and 44 minutes, just 16 minutes before the cutoff. But we did it.
Crossing that finish line right before the 8-hour mark was great. However, crossing that finish line with my best friend by my side, not knowing how we got here, but we did, because we wanted to was so much better.
And here's what I learned. You don't need to be an expert to do something hard. You don't need perfect training. You need purpose. You need grit. You need someone by your side who reminds you who you are when your legs are screaming and your brain wants to bail. You need a clear goal and a refusal to quit. So if you've been putting something off because you don't feel ready, maybe you're never going to feel ready, but that does not mean you cannot begin.
Congratulations!